Hello everybody, this is Ryan and welcome to another episode of Terraria, and we are taking down the big boss of the game in this episode. Now the first thing you'll notice is that I made this little tiny house in the side of this mountain. The dungeon is just down here, and the reason I did this, I put a bed so I can set my spawn point here. So if I die in the boss fight or down in the dungeon, I don't have to run all the way back here. I'll spawn right here. Now, when I'm done with the dungeon, all I have to do is come back, I destroy my bed with my hammer, and I immediately revert back to the original spawn point of the game, which is just outside of my house. So, not a big deal, run back to my house, set my spawn point back. And then I have something else to show you guys. It is this. That is my new weapon. It is not a lightsaber. You cannot call it a lightsaber. You will get sued. I'm pretty sure secret people in helicopters will come down and smash your computer and probably take your children or kill your pets, whatever. But I'm pretty sure they can legally do that. So do not call it a lightsaber. Instead, you can call it a phase blade. You can make it in any number of colors. What you need is meteorite bars, obviously ore turns into bars, and then 10 gems of whatever color you want it to be. I've been very busy off camera. I bought a number of things, and one of the things that I went and had to go earn were gems. I am gonna break all these pots. You can see the reach on this thing is fantastic too. It's not as fast as my previous weapon, but still a great reach. Okay, I was hoping to go ahead and get a key, but we're not so lucky. That is a dungeon key, which we'll get down below. They have a very small chance to drop from any random mob, but they also drop from dungeon slimes. Guaranteed drop from them. You can actually see a key in the middle of them. And they come from pots. Very small chance to get them from pots. This old man walking around here, this is the boss. You'll see that in just a few minutes. What else? Oh, I bought a mini shark. I was gonna say, did I forget to bring my mini shark? That's not good. But no, I bought a mini shark. It is a mini gun. It's 40 gold. It takes a long time to save up that, but you save up all your money. Don't blow it on dynamite or anything like that. You'll get there. Also, I converted regular bullets that I bought from the gunsmith. You get the mini shark from the gunsmith, by the way. Converted regular bullets into meteor shot. I basically used the rest of my meteor bars that I didn't use on the phase blade on meteor shot. So I have 750, which is way more than I'll need for this fight. But we're going to use some for some other reasons too. We'll get to that. I also have iron skin potions. These increase your defense by 8. There was a bug, I believe it did it by 10. We'll find out in a few minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and use that because I only have 200 health, which isn't very many. I would kind of prefer to be up around maybe even 300 for this fight. But hey, what are you going to do? So we're going to take that iron skin potion. We have our other potions ready to be used. And potions is something that I really haven't covered very much. And there's a ton of them. They do a lot of different things. It's something I'll get to eventually. It's one of those things that I don't use very often, so I forget to talk about it. But I will get to it. I want to cover everything this game has to offer. See if there's anything else we need to talk about before we get to this fight. I don't think so. I'm gonna put down some torches. I'm pretty sure the boss lights up, so this won't really be necessary, but just in case, it'll be all lit up. Alright, so I am going to pause the video until night falls and we get this thing started. See you guys in a few minutes. Alright everybody, we are back and it is go time. You can see the old man is ready to go. 250 hit points. This should be easy. Alright, says blah blah blah. You can choose to not fight him at this point. or you click curse. And actually, I am going to take this iron skin potion. Let's see, we have 19 defense. We now have 29 defense, so it still does 10. They have not fixed that bug, but I am not complaining. Alright, we're gonna go mini shark. And let's go. Alright. I have horrible aim with the mini shark. I am much better with bows. You can hit his arms. His arms won't hurt you. His hands will. You do not have to kill his hands. You only have to kill his head. As I said, I am a terrible shot with the mini shark. We are taking a lot of damage. Alright, I gotta take a potion. I used the hotkey that time. It's something I usually don't do, but in a fight like this, it's pretty valuable. It is H. H for heal. It's just like the grappling hook hotkey. It's just something that I'm really just not in the habit of doing. Alright, we almost got him down to 50%. You get virtually nothing for killing him. Your reward for killing him is entrance into the dungeon. Alright. Potion sickness is almost up. Told you I'm a terrible shot with the mini shark. I don't know. I focus on his hands to try to not get hit by him. I don't look at his head enough. Alright, we're going to take another potion. You don't want to be stupid at this point. It's a good thing his arms don't do damage. If his arms did damage, this fight would be extremely difficult. And if I didn't have rocket boots, this fight would be really hard too. But we are in very good shape. He's just gonna let us kill him. And there you go. Skeletron has been defeated! Yes! We did it! Yes! We are masters of the universe! And I will now kill you with my phase blade. I almost said lightsaber and got my teeth smashed in by the secret police. Alright, now we can go into the dungeon without fear of dying. Ah, that's awesome. The old man will come and live in your house now that you have freed him from his curse. I gotta make room for him. You can collect these books and put them up in your house. This is the only way to get books. You cannot make them. Excuse me. You can also collect lanterns. You can collect a lot of things in here. And I don't think I've shown off the orb of light and kind of how crappy it is. But it does make... I mean, it's a little easier that I don't have to worry about torches. So we are going to venture down here. Oh, you got to look out for these. Those are new. They travel along the wall, obviously. You cannot kill them. They're a lot of fun. Okay. Now, the thing about the dungeon is we're not down into it yet. See, oh, yeah, you got to look out for these as well. And these guys. Skeleton and skeleton wizards. I think it said he was called a dark caster. Yeah, you got to look out for them. Now, when I get down here, you're going to see there's a lot of tunnels There's a lot of places to get turned around and get lost in. So what I like to do is I like to put torches down pretty much wherever I go. That really helps, so you say, oh, I know I've been down that path. There's a torch there. I don't want to backtrack. Because these dungeons are pretty massive, and this is just the medium-sized world. But, man, they're big. I'm going to pick up some books because I want them in the house. But it's not that big of a deal. I'll come back and get that stuff later. I'll get the books and the chain lantern and those spikes. We saw them for a second, and then we passed them. I don't think I pointed them out. Okay, now we're getting down into the actual dungeon part. Now you will see all treasure chests in here are gold, and they all have this little key symbol on them, which means I can't open it. See, I click on it, does nothing. So I will basically just have to remember that it's up here until I get a key. Not much I can do. Oh, these guys are a lot of fun because they don't get knocked back. Yeah, it's kind of a pain. The meteor heads don't get knocked back either, but they're a lot slower. Those guys move pretty quickly. They can obviously, they travel through the walls, they travel through anything. And you can get overwhelmed. You can get overwhelmed pretty easily in here. You gotta, like I said before, you gotta take your time, but at the same time, you can't just stand there and wait for everything to work out. Yeah, you gotta take your time, you gotta be careful, but you gotta keep moving. Alright, I don't think... We still have not gotten a key. And I've seen a couple of chests. There's one over here. I think there was one over here. Oh, this is a wooden chest, really? And there's a key in it? That's odd. Whatever. Okay, I didn't expect that. I didn't know that was even part of the game. But I'm going to go back up and get that first chest we saw. It's just so, it's just kind of so I don't forget about it. Yeah, that worked out. I love that sound. Alright, now I don't have to have the key in my hotbar or anything like that. I just have to possess it. Come up, right click, it's open, and right click again. And okay, we got a shadow key. This is good. Shadow chests form in the very bottom world called the underworld, and you only need one shadow key to open all of them. These gold keys, they disappear every time I use one. Not with shadow keys. You only need one shadow key. So we're gonna take that, take this gold obviously. Gravitation potion, that is a lot of fun. You really should have a lucky horseshoe if you're going to use it. I don't need that suspicious looking eye. That summons that first boss. Not a big deal to me. But I do want the chest. You can see my sword now puts off light. Not a whole lot, but just kind of enough to see if I fall into a hole. I can use it basically. Alright, I'm basically gonna let this episode run, and then I'll edit it, I'll cut it into multiple episodes. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. But the dungeon is so massive, I'm really not concerned about time. You know, you guys, I want you guys to see how difficult they are. How careful you need to be. There's a heart crystal. Great. I will absolutely take that. See all these spikes? Like I said before, you can break these spikes and put them in your house if you want to make kind of like an intimidating area. You want to make a torture room. Do whatever you want with those spikes. All right, definitely want to use this.